We had a boatload of rain last night, and I realized that I left one of my hives sort of open, where the water could have soaked the bees. And it's this hive right here, actually. Oh no, it doesn't look too bad. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm going to open this up so they can get out. Beginning to smell the aroma, or whatever you want to call it, of goldenrod nectar. The goldenrod has been a little slow coming in around here, and usually it's very pungent and very strong, and it's sort of mild this year, and it's not a lot of it's coming in, so hopefully the bees can still make enough honey for me to steal from them. But this hive has actually got a this is a hive top feeder, a big one that holds about 16 or so liters of sugar syrup, and there's sugar syrup in that bucket. And I'm just trying to build them up because I noticed that they're just not building enough comb, and I said, "Oh, the hell with it! I thought I would get some honey out of it, but I just gave up on honey. It's like I checked them just like maybe a week ago, and this top super wasn't even drawn out, so I said, "Oh, the hell with it! I'm just going to give them what they need and let them build comb. And at the worst, I'll get super full of capped syrup, which they may not need. But if they're making it and they're doing it and they're building the comb, then I can plop it on top of another hive for winter stores, winter food. So we'll see." And I think I have to paint all my boxes black now. This one has been painted black all year, and it's done fabulously. But these unpainted boxes are boxes that I've added this year. And I got a bee crawling on my foot. And so I just didn't have the time to paint them. But when I get a nice cool day, when the bees aren't flying, I'm just going to slap some black paint on them, and hopefully that'll help heat them up a bit in the cold weather. Because I don't want them to get cold. Once they get, there's a certain, I don't know what the temperature is, but there is a certain point where the bees, these bees are landing all over me today. Look. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Where is it? There it is. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I get it. Where is it? There it is. I'm trying to do this backwards. There we go. Where is it? I can't even see what I'm doing. There it is. Anyway, there's a bee on me. Yeah, once the bees are... There's a certain point where the bees sort of shift into winter mode, where they say, okay, it's getting cold now, let's stop building comb and let's just fill up every cell that we have with nectar and honey. And they don't really go heavy on the comb making. And that's what these bees are doing now. I think it just got cold about a week or so ago at night, because we were having warm weather at night. And then it got cold at night, and then the bees, they know that. And they go, well, okay, it's getting cold now. Let's let's shift gears and let's do some other things. And now they're just bringing in as much pollen, not as much pollen, but as much nectar as they can to store that winter honey. And if they run out of room, then they start building comb. But right now they just seem to be filling up. I've seen this before. They just fill up what they have, even if it's just like a little tiny splotch of comb built on the side of some plastic foundation. They'll fill that up with honey before they fill the whole frame with comb and then fill it up with honey. Because I guess it's basically they just don't want to waste resources, because it takes, 8 pounds of honey to make 1 pound of wax or something like that? Whatever, can't remember the math on that. So they're being as efficient as they can be right now, just because I think it's gotten cold. But I suppose if it warms up and there's more resources keep coming in, they will build some comb if they have no other choice. But right now they just want to pack this thing with as much honey as they can. And down in this hive, this is a cool hive. I don't know if I'm just going to see what I can do. But this hive has always been, now you can't see it, but sometimes, I wish I had a light on this thing. Oh yeah, there, it's sort of see it. But you can see that the bees are hanging off the bottom bars, maybe, in this shot. And that's where all the brood is. The brood nest is down in the bottom. So all the honey is being built up above the brood nest, and they're just forcing the queen to lay down there which is usually where she stays, where she starts the winter. And then so they'll have just basically a little brood nest right around here where the queen is hanging out, and all the bees are surrounding her. And then all around on the sides and on up top is all honey, and that honey acts as insulation and as food. And then throughout the winter they'll just go and work their way up and eat that honey. In this case, this is honey that I'm going to steal from the bees. The bees will be down in these last 3 boxes in the bottom for the winter, and that should work, I hope. So this hive is doing what I love to see, which is basically they're just shifting to packing honey down below and then working their way up. And they've got honey up here too, and this is kind of cool too. I don't know if you can see this, but this hive colony used to they were using the top entrance as much as the bottom entrance for the longest time, and then we had that cold shift in the weather, and now they're just down below, and they're just not using the top entrances at all, and they're even sealing up, trying to seal up the top entrance. See all that goop in there? That's propolis, which is basically sap that they steal from trees, and they use it as glue. And for some reason, they just want to seal this thing in. They want to fill in that hole, all the little holes and cracks, right? And even along the edges, you can't see it here, but all these cracks and things are just getting gooped up with propolis. I should put a propolis trap in here and maybe harvest some propolis. But anyhow, that's my big thoughts on beekeeping today. We had a load of rain, and now the sun is coming out, sort of. It's a bit cool, but the bees are doing their thing. And that's it. This is Philip Cairns and the last survivor of the Nostromo, signing out.